Hello there, and welcome to our first virtual happy hour. We're doing this very casually. Hey, Donna, welcome. If you're in this line as we wait for people to kind of come on in, go ahead and just tell us where you're calling in from. Hey, Michaela. Hi, Susan. Yeah, let me know where you're calling in from. Allison, welcome from Texas, and Cheryl. This is going to be a little bit more of an intimate group, which I think will be really fun. Lynn, welcome. Lisa, hi, great. Hi, and cheers. Cheers. I know I may need to have you guys send me some of your kind of selfie photos. Virtual cocktail webinar. Cheers. Yeah, Miller, welcome. Yeah, right. We're doing this. We are socially distancing our happy hour. We are sheltering in place. These are words I never even knew about up until about a couple weeks ago. So, right? All right. Welcome, Julie Ann. Cheers, Lena, Cheryl, Bambi. Hello. Lindsay from Fort Wayne, Honolulu. Jill, welcome. Amy from Colorado. Sunny from Northern California. You are really sheltering in place, I suspect. All right. So I'm letting you guys all get on in. I think we should have around 100 people, which will be, I think, just perfect. Excuse me. So we can take questions. I have some prepared information, but really wanted to keep this first happy hour pretty open for questions. We still got a lot more people here. Great. Jen from Los Angeles, Deb from Boston, Gail from Vegas, Tamara from Atlanta. We got people from all over. Bella from Connecticut. This is wonderful. Thank you guys for taking time to be here. Hopefully you have a drink in hand as well, or whatever it is. Ms. Zerk, welcome. So one of the things what I'm going to do here, hopefully you got my email. I'm going to show it to you. I gave an email a couple days ago that really just talked about really productive ways to stay busy, to stay working on your business, to prepare your business, to prepare yourself even mentally. And I gave a bunch of information and I got a lot of great responses from you. So and tips I'm going to share here. And what I'm going to try and do over the next few weeks is we're just going to have these happy hours. They're going to be more fun live because you're here and you can chat in the chat room. I'm glad you're getting used to doing that. Linda from Florida, welcome. Sorry, it's always fuzzy in the beginning and then it clears up a little bit. And sometimes that's just, our connection and your connection. Hopefully we all stay in here together. But over the next few weeks, here's what I'm expecting to talk about. You can let me know if some of this stuff sounds interesting to you. We're going to talk about how we are working on our business. We have kind of this gift of time. A lot of us might. We're going to talk about, your website strategically, how to put together a really good website that, really appeals to clients. We're going to talk about you're going to probably get that sales funnel done on your website that you haven't in a while. We're going to create kind of a social media foundation maybe for your business, talk about how you can connect right now on Facebook with agents and clients, because here's the deal. I mean, we are in this now. This is temporary. As much as this came really quickly to us, it's going to go away eventually, right? This isn't the state of our being right now. So this is a good time for us to be working on our business. Glad to know the fuzziness from the cocktails. Yeah, Miller, I love that. We're going to talk about maybe putting together a content calendar. Any other ideas that you think, go ahead and throw it in the chat room, stuff that you would like to go over in these happy hours, just any kind of general ideas for your business in the coming weeks, kind of sessions, if you will, where we can really talk over things. One of you even mentioned taking some of my prior live webinars on e-design and trends and staging niches and things like that, and putting them on a page on our site for free training for you guys. I'm happy to do that too. We're kind of in this together, so we can kind of help and sharpen each other as we kind of wait. Everything's kind of in this waiting game right now. Right. So welcome, Lori. Great. Rhonda, marketing. I agree, Rhonda, because marketing is going to be big. I suspect that after we go through this kind of waiting period and we're kind of all kind of sitting, when it gets over, things are going to really be ramping up quickly. People rapidly still need to sell their homes, right? Client generation, Cheryl, that's a really good one. Yeah, talk about those sales funnels for each one of your services. This is a good time for you to think about all of those services that you offer. I know a lot of you are thinking about, well, what can I do kind of remotely? How can I offer remote services? And the good thing is that we can. So what I'm going to do, just to, I'm going to do a little screen share here so you can see, because speaking of more services, I got this email from, hopefully you can see it, from Lisa Ryan, who's working more towards occupied stagings, and she said I could share it. But basically, she already sent something out to her agents, and she put it on social media, and she just talked about doing virtual staging consultations. She set a date, she walked through how she's going to do that, how they're going to have photos ahead of time, and then a phone consultation. How you could do it on FaceTime. You guys can do it. Skype now allows, it's a kind of a new service, Skype. They allow clients to do it, and they don't even need to download software. So it's another great solution for your Android clients who don't necessarily have FaceTime. But basically, just send in photos, and then she's going to give a report, because a lot of times this is the time too for sellers. They're probably, they're equally disappointed wanting to get their home sold, and they know we're kind of hitting the reset right now, kind of a pause, if you will. Not a lot is, moving, but it will. And they need to be encouraged, and they need to know that. And now is a good time for them to prepare their home, and that is something you guys can do virtually. And even Barbara said that. How do we do occupied staging in this situation? Great question, Barbara. Basically, you have the client email you their photos of each room, have them do the walkthrough. You can have a little bit of prep ahead of time so you can look at those photos. And then you can, or use Dropbox. Dropbox is kind of a free service where you can create a folder for them to upload their folders in there. You can share it with them, and then you can look at it there. That's another easy way to pass along photos. I know email can get tedious, and you might as well get really organized. So Dropbox.com, it's very cheap, easy way. Most people use that. They can just upload their photos. You can take a look at it, and then you do a FaceTime walkthrough with them, and you just walk them through the way they would handle and touch each space, in the home. Hopefully that helps you. So, doing the best we can. Remember, your clients want a social distance too at this point. So kind of doing this virtual walkthrough, and this is kind of what Lisa stated, so hope you can see this, discussing the details of each room, and then after the virtual staging consult, she's going to do a report for them. So they're going to get kind of all that walkthrough and a report. So let me give you a little bit of if we can't laugh a little bit at this, I don't know what. This is me. This is definitely me after, because I have been eating my way through already. I'm in my slippers. I'm cozy. I know a lot of you guys can relate to that, right? Valisa had a question. Can I generate my own boards in the business? Valisa, I'm thinking you're thinking eDesign. I gave an eDesign webinar. The replay is still up last week, and I sent that in an email 2 days ago, so you guys can see it. If you need it again, feel free to email me. I'll send you the replay. But she's probably talking about eDesign, and you can absolutely create kind of design boards for clients. Taking a lot of your design clients. I know one of my big clients, Scott, he's 6 months out with his design clients, but right now it's not like you want to get face-to-face in a lot of areas across the country, so he's doing a lot of that he can do in eDesign. He can pass that design information, obviously, through FaceTime consultations, and then creating a design project. It's another solution. So that's great. All right, any other questions, you guys? I'm going to go through here. I'm taking your questions, and I'm also going to show you some before and after photos. So is that okay with you guys? You guys want to see some before and after photos? Say yes if you do. If you have some questions, be thinking about it, this is your chance to ask. And this is the before. This is Carolyn Brewer, and I love, there's some after, and who doesn't get tired of seeing that, right? Here's before, bedroom. Again, all the more reason, yeah. How to deliver furniture to clients, Meg, great question. And in fact, you know what? I haven't missed your question, Meg. That's good. It depends on where you guys are at across the country. I have an email example I'm actually going to give you right now. Let's go to this after photo, and then I'll give you these email examples, because I said I would share it. So let me go to my files, and I am going to share. You should see a document. You might have to scroll to see it, called client emails, but basically it's, let me open this up. I should have had it open for you guys. It is in client emails like this example. Let me show you. So you could see my screen, how fun that is, right? Here's just a general email example. Somebody asked, Meg asked, how do I deliver furniture? Well, I mean, I'm assuming, Meg, wherever you are across the country, most people are kind of hunkering in. I don't imagine too many clients kind of want furniture delivered, but if that's something they had, I would make sure that area, nobody's been in the home, it is completely vacant, they are not there. I talk about that in this email. So I'll show you this first email. It's just a good email. I think you guys can swipe. It's a Word doc. Hopefully you guys can see the download there. You should be able to see it. Oh, good. And here's what it says. Wanted to offer a helping hand. Dear, obviously you're going to customize it to your client. These are crazy times, but I wanted to email you to let you know I'm here to help. My phone number is right away. You're just extending a helping hand, right? Because in the times like this is kind of what's most important to people. And then the next sentence, my heart goes out to seniors in assisted living, our families with children, with school shut down, our local businesses struggling, our neighbors at the hospitals, and those brave healthcare workers that serve them. We've all been impacted by this pandemic. I've been living, staging, and designing in this community for, go ahead and put the amount of years. And I'm fortunate enough to know people who may be able to help you out for a trip to the grocery store or whatever you need. Now, you don't have to put this if you don't want to. It is just a sign of goodwill. There are good people in this community. And if you are in need, or if you know someone in need, that's one thing I also love about the Nextdoor app. I've noticed even on my Nextdoor app, I don't know about you, but people who need something, everybody is wanting and willing to help in these times. Further on with this email, of course, I've been asked, can I still stage and sell my home? This depends on where you're at. I know my friends in Northern California right now are sheltering in place, so they are not, but homes are still selling. Obviously, the Federal Reserve. It's quite unprecedented, so you can kind of read this. But we can easily video conference instead of an in-home staging consultation. I'll likely have enough information if you send me your interior photos and we do a FaceTime call to walk you through exactly what you can do to make each room shine in those online photos. So right here, you're describing to them how you can still help them prepare their home to sell. Those critical online photos can even be enough to get you offers without having to show your home. Because remember, they don't necessarily want people walking in and out of their home, right? And you can even guide them on how to shoot those photos if they don't want a photographer there, right? You're just giving them option. You'd be surprised at what an iPhone can do these days. These are tough times for all of us, but I wanted you to know I'm here. So how many of you think, this is kind of a good email to send if you'd like to your clients? Go ahead and grab it. I have a secondary email for your current clients. And of course, I've got to send a little disclaimer because it just depends on where you're at and whether you're able to even, go and help a client. Client email, here's the second one. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm going to let you read it, but it's really basically talking about the health and safety, making sure the premises are empty, making sure there's no one there, letting them know you are disinfecting, all that sort of stuff. My best, recommendation is to stay at home like everybody else is, but I get it. Some of you guys have furniture out and that sort of thing. I talked with my own stagers about upping those timelines for vacant staging, for de-staging. If there's a home that's going to sell fast, have that conversation today. If you're not sheltered in space with that client, if it's already sold, about de-staging it right away. Because you just don't know when in your area that may happen. But for most of your clients where the home hasn't sold or it's sitting there, it's probably just going to stay. They're just going to stay there for a while. And that's okay because everything's kind of paused right now. Good. I'm glad. Thank you, guys. Rhonda asked, what is a great online conference company? And that is a great question. Rhonda, I think FaceTime, obviously on your phone, it's the easiest thing. Everybody has it. Skype, it's an easy way just to have those conversations. If you want an online conference where you want like team conferencing, Zoom is another great solution for that. So you can look that up, and you've probably been on, Zoom kind of webinars. I use a different webinar system because I have hundreds of people that usually come into my webinars. But for Zoom, you can have like a team of a few people on the line, and you can see the screen, or you can walk them through things. You can even walk clients through in Zoom using your screen with the photos and write on the photos and talk about it. You can have the photo up there and draw on it, if you will. So it's just another easy way to walk them through what you want them to do. Great question. Linda, Linda mentioned she wanted us to talk about how to sell staging inventory. Yeah, talk about inventory. Now is a good time. If you haven't organized your inventory, I know a lot of us have been behind. It's just things have been busy for us until now. So it's a good time to organize, think about inventorying, what we own, that sort of thing. I mentioned that in the email. Lisa says she's working on sending out vacant staging marketing to homes that are currently on the market in her area but have had price reductions. Do you have any suggestions for verbiage? I was thinking a single page something to grab their attention. Lisa, you know what? It just depends. Right now, I love what you're doing because right now it's good for all of us to think about how we're going to market business when this time period kind of ends, this pause that we're in right now. So strategizing how best to market and talk to clients and kind of automate that for yourself. Those are a lot of things that we will be walking through in the future happy hours, because I agree with you. Let's put some systems in place that are automated. Have that sales funnel on your website for vacant staging. Have vacant staging, and then talk about, have some sort of sexy giveaway to them that kind of walks them through the importance. I mean, some of it comes down to even some of these photos that I was showing you now, using your vacant photos. A lot of you guys, this is a good time to organize some of your photos, right? You have all these photos sitting around that you haven't used, you haven't been using in your marketing, and now's a good time. Oh, you didn't see the after on that, to use them in the marketing. Liz had another question. Can we make some money when we provide links to Amazon or other vendors? Liz is talking about when she creates e-design boards and linking to affiliate links with Amazon and Wayfair, actually. There's a lot of vendors that actually let you become an affiliate. And absolutely, Liz, you can do that. I don't know that Amazon lets you do it in that way. Actually, I think you probably could. Yeah, you just replace the links with your affiliate link, and if they buy, then you make a little bit of income. So it's a bit of work, but absolutely, people have done that. A better way, Liz, is to do some blog posts about maybe some of your favorite Amazon Prime items to buy. And what I recommend is you do a post, you have it on your website or a private page that you can refer clients to for some of your obvious Amazon Prime purchases that really update a home. And that's where you swap out your affiliate links. That's something I can actually talk to you guys about in a happy hour if you guys would be interested in that, because that's another way to make money. I just got a big check from Amazon today, because I have some affiliate links. You just get credit to your Amazon account, but who doesn't shop Amazon, right? So that's something else. So great idea. I'm going to write that down. Linda mentioned sellers want to offer her accessories furniture in-home that is pending. Verbiage explanation considering she doesn't want to discount it if it's new. No, of course not, Linda. It's a great idea to offer that. I suggest actually packaging it on a per room basis. You know your costs. Hopefully you have kind of an inventory system in place. If you don't, Stage Force, and I think Darby, but I know Stage Force, if you haven't heard of that, that's one to look at right now. But they actually can help you. They actually put it in a way that it's priced where you could give them a price sheet. You don't really discount. They're getting a discount considering they didn't have to pay for all the effort and time and shopping that you put into getting those items. So definitely selling them retail to your client. Somebody else, Kathy Hobbs, I talked to her on the phone a few days ago. She was going to use e-design boards. So that was kind of something that I had just trained on last week, strangely, to make boards for each of her vacant rooms. You've got a photo of your vacant rooms. This is something you can do. And then she has all of her product, and then she can have links to those products so people can just buy it on their own, or she can just sell it as a package like what you're thinking about doing, Linda, and just leaving the inventory in the home. Sell your inventory if you can. It's good to turn it over. Miller, is there a site for gift certificates so we can offer gift certificates and give them something more official than a PDF? Miller, that's a really good question. And I would say that the best way to probably create a gift certificate is to go to canva.com, canva.com, search template. And trust me, and if you search for gift certificates, there's a ton there. And all you need to do is, dial it in with your own company verbiage, and you can have them even professionally printed. I'm a huge fan of Canva and professionally printed items. That's why in my training, those of you who are my members, you probably don't even know this, I put up business cards and brochures that you could easily, just put in your information and print. Tips on storing furniture. That's a great idea, Karen. I have a whole, training on that, but I can take that and put that in the happy hour. I am going to write that down. Affiliate links. Yes, I love that, Patty. So sorry, I'm writing this down. Okay, you guys are great. Okay, Phyllis, occupied home staging. I would not put any of your items in an occupied home right now. I don't really recommend anyone put their items in occupied homes, period. I just think it's a hygiene issue. So, and that's why you're running into problems. Better bet is to just have them pay you to go shopping for them, or have them go buying items on their own. These are things that go with what they already own, so it works with their furnishings. But yeah, you don't want clients using your stuff. It's usually a slam dunk that clients in any occupied situation need to probably buy new towels, new bedding, that sort of thing. If you're going to rent out anything in an occupied home, I always say just start with art only, because art is pretty, it's not going to get smelly, hopefully. So, but otherwise, I wouldn't even recommend it, especially in these times right now. It's not probably the way to do that. Do the walkthrough. Like I said, we'll do a happy hour on how to create on your website. Just kind of, you could do the affiliate links on Amazon and they can just go buy it themselves. I know somebody said Amazon's not available where they're at. Yeah, I know that, but that will change. Okay, great. Lisa, I love that you did that. Canva.com. Yes, Willie, it's canva.com. It's free. You're going to love it. It will do any kind of marketing or printing for you. And I have looked at their print costs, from business cards to brochures to you name it, and it's cheaper than most anything out there even. So the idea that you get to customize it so well and it's least expensive is amazing. Great, Tamara, I will. Tips on warehouse organization, because that's what a lot of us are going to be doing, right? Going back to the warehouse organization. I have definitely a lot to say about that. So I will do that in a future happy hour. Thank you for that great idea. So Sunny says some of her regular clients are insisting that she comes to the homes and stage during this time. She's struggling to convince otherwise. What is the legality and the protocol? Sunny, I absolutely agree that you need to do what's best for you and your family. And I would say that if you're not comfortable with that, which I wouldn't blame you, at this time, I don't think I would be. It depends on where people are across the country. But because everybody's got to, we're all taking those risks, right? I go to the grocery store and, but the good news is this isn't a virus that's hiding behind the bush and it's just about to jump out at you, right? So I know in a lot of your areas across the country, it's not like necessarily us in California, but Sunny, you absolutely just need to say no. If that doesn't sound like something I would be comfortable with, I do suspect you're in Northern California. For those who are sheltering in place, you cannot go out. It's not considered a must. Now, if you have a must D-stage or something that you have to do, you can apply for that locally, but nobody's allowed in those areas to go out. So I would just say, for the health and welfare and safety for your clients and yourself, and then offer the other solutions. There's not much we can't do over FaceTime and give recommendations, frankly. It's just like having a conversation. All our clients need to do is see that it can be done. Let's just try it. Trust me, it'll work. And that's what you just tell them, for the safety of them. Lindsay asked, is it possible to be a successful stager without the inventory? I'm losing that. Of furniture accessories. Lindsay, that's actually how I tell stagers to kind of go, is occupied staging. It's zero overhead. You don't need to have an inventory. You're giving advice. You're in, out of the home, telling them what to do. I have a staging report that my stagers, print out. They're kind of walking through the home with the clipboard with the client, and then they're done. Now, in these times, they can just do that on FaceTime, right? Tell the client what to buy, send them the shopping links. If the client wants them to go shopping for them, you guys can actually shop virtual for your clients, right? If they want you to shop online for them, we can do that too. So you get their money up front, you get their Venmo, you get the Chase Liquid card. I know some of people have used different things to get money up front. You're not putting your own money out shopping, but that is something you can do and have it shipped to the client. But absolutely, Lindsay. And in fact, the story that I mentioned, that email of Lisa Ryan, she does many, many occupied. That's all she does. So she's very successful as a pure occupied stager. She did not want to go the vacant route. And I understand that. So I have a lot of stagers to do a combination of both. How do you... Karen had a great question. How do you get and receive decent photos from your clients, right? And I get that, Karen. You know what I always do, Karen, is if you're in the beginning, especially, your portfolio is so important. So you don't need 100 photos, you just need 10 really good ones, right? So, do a friend's house, do rooms in your own house. If it's a client that you've already taken the before photos, maybe take that extra time to roll up your sleeves and dial in that guest room and you take that after photo. I mean, ideally you're getting a professional photographer, but there's a lot we can do with our iPhones. I have in my blog, homestagingresources.com, I had a really good post on how you can, in like 10 seconds, really brighten up your photos just on your phone. It's just a good little video post, so look for that. Karen also asked me if you recommended being listed on Houzz. Absolutely. Houzz is a free place for you to list your business. All designers, stagers, architects, we are all listing ourselves there. It's a great place to list. I don't recommend you pay the pro until you have oodles of really great photos and you have the marketing budget to do it, because it's not cheap. There are better ways to spend your marketing dollars. And in fact, that'll be a future happy hour. I always say when you're getting started, or if you want to do a marketing push, the best way is obviously Google pay-per-click, to your website. Make sure your website's all dialed in, and Facebook ads. Yeah, Wendy, they do call you. I just ignore them. She said, Houzz will just keep calling you. Miller asked about that card, the Chase Liquid card. It's a way that people can fill a liquid card of money for you to shop with for. It's like a credit card. So Chase Bank Liquid card. How do you explain to clients how to take photos that will actually help you? I get it, especially for specifying color and design. Many photos sent to me by clients are so hard to use. I get it, Karen, and that is hard. Oh my goodness, right? Go this way, not this way. It's like, Karen, I have a solution for you, because on designfiles.co, I don't have the photo up. Send me an email, but basically Design Files actually has a little instruction that they have within their builder of how people photograph their rooms. That's just good instructions. In the next happy hour, I'm going to make a note and I'll have it as a download, the photo instructions, because that's a good idea. And we can just give that to our clients, especially for these virtual things. Lisa, what affiliate links do you recommend if I'm not using Amazon for e-design? If I use Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel? Okay, Lisa, so not every vendor uses affiliate links. A lot of them do, and your three, I think, biggest ones will be Wayfair and Houzz and Amazon. So yeah, if obviously, if you want to do affiliate, that's kind of the way to go. I don't think Pottery Barn and Crate and Barrel do. You'd have to, what you want to do if you go to the vendor, the way you find out if they have affiliate or partner programs is you scroll all the way to the bottom of their website, and on the very bottom, on the footer, they'll tell you whether they have affiliate programs. And that's what you're looking for. You click on it and you just apply. It's that easy. And then they'll send you instructions on how you can find the product, swap out the link so it's your special link and you're referring people to it. One Kings Lane is another affiliate. There's quite a few out there. Thanks, Rhonda. Should we list on Home Advisor? Kim, I would say no. I know, I hate to be negative on that one, but they're one that you can list free on Home Advisor, but actually, I don't think you can these days. I think they're charging you for the leads. I think the best places that you can kind of list your business for free, obviously, is, obviously Houzz, on your Google, Angie's List. I think Bark is a new one that actually is giving some pretty good leads. They're always, kind of changing, but there's a couple ideas for you just off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Cheryl, that's good advice. Yeah, I did have a top 10 points on how to take a good photo. There is a sheet on that in my training. I will include that in the next happy hour, because that's a good idea, some good tools, because that's also a good idea for how we can create our social calendar, right? Our social content calendar. Now's the time for us to really strategize when things start picking up again, which will probably happen sooner than later. How do we want that voice to look for our clients, right? Rob, everybody always asks what's the best camera to take room photos, and obviously that advice changes on every 6 months. My best advice is actually using a professional photographer. Usually the agent will automatically have that professional photographer that does that, but you'd be shocked at what you can do with an iPhone, especially if you look at my blog post. Those photos that they look professional. You'd be amazed at what you could do with the lighting settings on the iPhone on that. But in terms of best camera, the easiest way to find that is go to any staging Facebook group and search under that group on best camera, and usually you'll get the most latest conversation on it, and everyone will have advice as to that, whether it's the Kodak, the Nikon or whatever. Yeah, Lindsay, I would not do Home Advisor. Home Advisor calls all the time. I agree. And even House, I always tell people, watch out for scams, because sometimes there's going to be people that that'll contact you on House, and they are scammers. It's really sad to say, but that is why it's really important that you have a process, a client kind of onboarding process, where you're on the phone with them, you're asking the right questions right in the beginning, so that doesn't happen to you. Yes, Juliet, that's in design files, how to measure a room. And that's what I'm going to get for you guys next time, because I actually have that. Do you advise us as agents to disclose when a property is staged? Tiana, I think it's a great idea to let people know that as an agent, you put that extra step into your listings and you have it professionally staged. It's like somebody who's selling a car and they actually had it detailed before they threw it on the market. It means you actually go the extra mile. And so when you got to remember, a lot of people walking in, they don't even have an agent yet, but if they see you're the agent that does that, then that puts you up above the other agents that don't really do that at all. So absolutely, I think it's a great idea. It just lets them know that home was professionally looked at. A lot of stagers, it's not just about making it look pretty, obviously, or desirable, but stagers also walk through kind of the fix-its and repairs and things like that they can see, so that home is ready. And so it speaks well for the agent when the buyers or people that walk through know that. Absolutely disclose it. I think it's a great idea. And it's not really a matter of disclosing it like it's a negative. It's actually quite a positive, because it means that you cared and you took that time for that client. Thanks, Kim. Yeah. Have you used Talkie Plus? I do not know what Talkie Plus is, Sharon. You're going to have to send me the link to that so I can take a look at it. Yeah, Julie, it's weird. Usually it's like a house scammer who says, I don't have money, but if I send you a check, can you reimburse my account? Not like you would ever give them cash, but you know what? People are really trusting out there. There's just, it's sad. Do most of realtors leave advertisement and photo frame up for potential? Linda, stagers do. I think it's always a good idea that stagers do. And in fact, one of these photos I'm going to show you is an example of how a stager did. As I'm kind of going through, I meant to be looking through these photos as we're talking over these questions. I particularly love this bathroom. There's just something about this bathroom, right? Allison, and I'll show you what that looks like, Linda. But agents can do the same, but really the stager, does, again, it's kind of their calling card, and it lets people know that home was kind of dialed in. Allison, best software for CRM. You know what, Allison? That is a really good question. And so much of it depends on how much time and energy you're going to really put into this. Your email list is really important. I'm always going to say go with the free softwares. MailChimp is free for up to your first 2,000. I have not seen too many stagers have over 2,000 contacts, but that are good contacts. So I would say MailChimp. Another one is HubSpot, which is another good one. Now, when you want something that has more bells and whistles, more project management and that sort of thing, I've heard stagers have some success with 17 hats. But like I always say, when it comes to software, it only works for you when you make it work when you work in it. And sometimes they're a little arduous, to deal with. But now is a good time to start looking at them. So 17 hats is a good one. There's another one that's in my tech list and I forgot. It'll come to me. But great question. We got more question up here. I didn't see that. I saw in a comment on Stagers Connect to always buy bed skirts one size too big. Karen said that. Why would that be? So it doesn't pinch or pull. You can always kind of grab, kind of put it under the bed and kind of make it fit, but that way it won't be too tight. And then also that way, if the bed is high, you're kind of covering it. That's why. I have advertised on Thumbtack. You pay by job league. I agree. Wendy, that's another one. Thank you for mentioning it. Thumbtack is another great way to list. Kathy Lee was talking about that. Yeah, you'll have to send that to me. Sorry. Okay. Oh, look at this, guys. You're going to die. Look at this kitchen. She did. Hard to believe that's the same one, right? The difference of remodel. I actually love that fixture as well. So here's the before, here's the after. And here's some photos from Dora Design. These are just some staged home photos. Here you go. Tiana, we went through colors of the year, gosh, back in December, and there were a lot of good ones. I have a trends video on all that. And like I said, that's kind of on my to-do list for this week, is to make my webinars that I kind of took down available again for people to watch, because this is a good time to kind of learn on stuff like that. I also have a pretty good color webinar that walks you through picking color schemes for clients. I love this color scheme. What do you guys think? I know it's millennial pink. It's still there. It's still in Dora Design. And I also just love the way she arranged. Sorry, I don't want to do that. This, hopefully, can you guys see that okay? I'm going to make sure that you can. Any other questions while we're logging off? Okay, I'm going to have a sip. Any other questions I can help you guys with? Okay. Oh, here it's happening. Sorry. Oh, Sunny, you're sweet. Yeah. Aren't these pretty? I know there's an example in one of these of how someone left their staging card. Do I recommend me as the agent act as the stager on a client's property? Patty, I have mixed feelings in that. I have agents who do go through my staging training because they've always loved designing in homes. They have that natural gift. I am different than other staging trainers in that staging is not a formula. Staging is an art form. I wouldn't presume to pick up a paintbrush and sell a painting for hundreds of dollars, right? Because I am not a good painter. So I wouldn't, unless you're very good at that and you have that eye for that, I would say outsource it. If you are that person who has the eye for it, Dora's on. Anyway, then you can. I do have agents who do both. But it's really, that's a really hard thing because, again, as an agent, you have to have that relationship with your clients. Dora, this is your work, girl. How do we handle destaging? Yes, Dora, that's a good question. Dora, talk to each one of your clients. Right, I've just said you got to have those honest conversations. If you need to destage, you know the time frame. If right now you're in a sheltering in place location, so I don't think that even people are going to be moving into those homes, or I don't. Everything with the protocol where you're at is unique. I was in a conversation with other stagers where they said that they were able to get a special letter that said they could get out and do that, and I'm in the works of trying to get that as an example for you guys to use. Good question. It's just, but I don't even presume that you need to hurry on some of this because I don't even know that people in your area will be able to move in or move out, or that's just you got to be able to be there at the time and get that stuff and time it with when the seller's moving in before that. Do you like the idea of leaving a frame and cards in a staged home, letting customers know it was staged by you? Yes, Liz, I absolutely do. And I thought I had an example here of that done, and we'll keep looking at these, but I absolutely do. Thank you, Rhonda. You're so sweet. Here's Dora. Don't forget to stage those outdoor spaces. People love to see those more often than not. But whether they have a problem with agents leaving their staged promo materials out. Oh, Kim, whether they have a problem with agents leaving. I didn't quite understand your question. If you can rephrase it, I'm happy to help. Just saw, whoops, just saw the training organization trying to get realtors to learn to stage their own properties. Most of the top 10, yes, of course, Linda, being a professional agent and a professional stager are two very full-time jobs. I mean, that's like as the agent doing the home inspections, appraisals, and what, I mean, no, you don't have time for that, especially the top producers. That's why they need stagers all the more often. Also, it speaks to your credibility when you have that team of people that are making you look good and you're not the Renaissance agent who does everything, you know. Willie, I don't teach in this kind of random format. No, I'm usually very organized. I have PowerPoints, I have many slides, but yes, it looks like this. It's on demand. You're watching it. You're in the conversation. It feels very, I mean, this is live, but it also feels very live, all of my trainings. Oh, thank you, Patty. You're going to love it. I use the foldable bed frames, but they don't fit the standard air mattress, and the bed skirts don't work well either. I'm trying to avoid purchasing real mattresses and box springs to keep things light. However, I spend so much time being creative to put the beds together. Charlie, that is a problem. Charlie, I don't know if you're in my training or not. Are you talking about the way I recommend you do bed frames, where it's the foldable frames on Amazon with the plush? You get the bed and then you get the plush bed on top of it, and it actually does work with the skirt. Because I have all of the links for how you would do that and where you'd buy it in my training week 2 under vacant staging. So if you do get in there, if not, I can share that with you. Stages are causing our days on market to look bad. I'm not Diane. I know. This is such a unique time for all of us, and we can't really worry about that right now. These stats don't even really, they're not going to count right now. I mean, everybody understands that because industry is just kind of being put on pause a little bit, right? And some of that, I think, for all of us is, I mean, enormously frustrating, right? But some of this, if we allow it, could be a positive thing. It's a pause time to work on our business. It's a pause time to rethink our strategies. It's a pause time to spend time with our family. I don't know about you, but when I walk out and about, I'm seeing, my husband took my boys to the beach yesterday to throw the football around because there's not much to do, right? Sitting at home. And he said it felt like Christmas out there. There were so many people and families reconnecting just on the beach together. So trying to focus on the positive, staying upbeat is going to be huge for all of us. I love this. When I'm really having a tough stage. I love it, Willie. You're absolutely right. Willie, you're super smart. He hires a stager. Juliet, I saw a percentage fact that I always liked. What is the cost of staging in percentage to the house listed price? Oh, that's a good one, Juliet. It's a very small percentage. I mean, a lot of my stagers can do an amazing job staging a home at point 0.5, not even a 0.5%, cost of the home. But usually it's about 0.5 to 1 to 2%. It depends on where you're at in the area. It's a good time to get organized. Yes, Liz, I love that. That is very good advice. And also, if you're in this chat room and you have advice for other people, absolutely go ahead and put in there. I love it. Somebody said Tiana's question below, and sorry, I can't see it. I'm scrolling and I'm trying to see it. My photographer opens curtains if there's something worth a picture. Absolutely, you want to bring in as much light as you can. I always say half the time we are up-downing to update, getting rid of old curtains, getting rid of those blinds. We don't really need them. It's not like you're going to walk around naked, right, in the house. I love these. These are some great photos. This is by Jen Labooty. I don't know if you can see that before. And okay, I kind of just love this, right? What's your opinion on shower curtain, closed or open? Oh, that's a really good question, Kim. I didn't really think about that. I would say it depends on how good that shower looks inside. That would be my answer, really. If it looks nice, it has nice tile and all that, like some of these design bathrooms, then absolutely open. If not, maybe close that thing. Here's a little before and then after. This was a serious remodel, but look how pretty. Before, after. Wow, wallpaper, it looked good. After. I'm trying to go see, yeah, Rhonda, open if clean. Yep, that's what I thought. It looks nice. After. I've got more photos as I'm working through. Any other questions as we wrap this up? You guys were great. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of happy hour, a little bit of positivity. Together, we're going to get through this. This is a pause in our life. We will get through it, and come out more creative, come out more organized, come out with a stronger business foundation as we focus on being productive. Dora, I would check that interruption insurance. That's great that you do. Not sure, why not give them a call, right? Check with your agents. It's good to have these open conversations. For those of you who have a high rent warehouses, right? I know that's a concern of your expenses. Now's a good time to start just looking through them. And it's not about necessarily slashing and cutting. It's about pausing. So having those conversations and negotiating with your landlord about a pause or a reduced discount. I am finding that more and more people we're all affected, right? So everybody's willing to work, for the most part, be reasonable and work, because this isn't like an isolated event for you. It's the whole world, right? So, you guys are great. Thank you. Rhonda, business insurance. We've got a great provider. That's a good one. I'm going to have that on my next thing. But our industry has great business insurance through Judy. Not at Pennex anymore. It's different. But I'm going to talk to Judy about maybe doing another happy hour on that one. Business insurance. I'm going to write that down. Great. You guys are wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, Renee, I'm going to send a replay. I have the replay for anyone who missed it, because it's just kind of a open discussion, and you guys had some great questions. I'm hoping next time, if you have other questions that came out of this, absolutely, even email them to me ahead of time, because I would love to kind of prep. That way I can have some of these things up for you. And the cool thing is this system lets me give you those handouts. So if you, my Corrine, I didn't know you were on there. My sister's on. She just said thanks. So hopefully you can see that handout of that email, just an email example of a way you can help people. Corrine, I'm going to put your work on here next time. Look at this headboard. And you can see who's done it. I have their name right here, Catherine Weldon. I tried to share a bunch of my member stuff. This is some of the photos they put on Stagers Connect that I never get tired of looking at. Catherine Weldon. And there we go. Look at that. Just trying to get through them so you see it. Willie, my website is homestagingresource.com. You guys are great. I should have guest mentioned that, right? homestagingresource.com. Look at this room. I thought I went through most of this, but I guess I didn't. Oh, here's my example. Here's how she did it. Some of you guys asked about this, how to showcase your name, your business name, and she did this, I think, very tastefully in this kitchen vignette. How cute is this, right? Just some good ideas. I also did a blog post on this on homestagingresource.com, blog post about 6 or 7 posts ago, where I did talk about, I showed many photos of the way stagers showcase their work in the home. So if you need an idea, if you're a stager and you're wondering how to do that, or and you're not doing it and you're realizing that's something that's on your project to-do list, that's something you could be doing this next week. So look at those posts. I'm always in my blog including a lot of really useful information for you, for our industry, when it comes to staging, design, color, e-design, you name it. Some more photos. This is Christy. Cute bedrooms, right? I'm sorry I'm having to go so fast through them, but I think I'm wrapping it up right to the end. Here's Meg. Here's a classic example of up-downing to update. We do not need window coverings on these windows, right? All right. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Cheers, cheers to you. Until next week when we meet again. I'll talk to you guys soon and I'll send you the replay. Kathy, it's okay. This is okay. You launched your business. It's okay. You'll spend more time doing your foundation and it'll be stronger because of it. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.